And so tell me how this experience of the last 2 days has been for you.
It's been hard work. First of all, we've done a lot of work, a lot of speaking, a lot of hearing each other's thoughts.
Yeah.
We've heard a lot of presentations of other people that some of them we knew, some of them were new to me. Some of them I knew, but I didn't know what they were doing in the last years, and it was a lot of information. I think what we were trying to do, or what we also did, was to do a certain kind of mapping in these 2 days. So who is where, who does what, some kind of topology of our practices or thoughts, or even some kind of political contextualization of what we do. And I think what follows now is another probably kind of mapping, which is not only to detect who is where at this time after all these years, but another kind of mapping that would include people from the scene or from the community in Serbia, as well as all of us who don't live in Serbia now. So to make a kind of database, I hope some internet tools or technological tools will help us to do that. And based on that, I think any kind of promise or any kind of very concrete project idea would be too ambitious for now, because I think it's great and it's enough for now that we just met and saw who is where, and that when we went a little bit deeper in thinking and exchanging rather than just presenting ourselves. So some of the ideas were maybe a little bit in clash, or some questions were raised that derive from our personal view or our idea of the situations that we have around. So I think based on this, maybe we will get to a point where we could also exchange or do something more elaborate or more deep. But it's very difficult to speak about it at this moment, because it's been just a start or a glimpse of some ideas. And how I see it now is a very heterogeneous group of people with their own practices and ideas.
It's kind of more clear that how diverse it is in a way. It's not monolithic.
It's very diverse, and I think this is something not to be overlooked or somehow not to be forgotten. And whatever we do, I hope we have big respect for this heterogeneity and for this plurality of our own practices and ideas and views. Even though I think we all somehow, or most of us who were here, belong to this kind of, let's say, leftist-oriented, even Marxist, I would say,
that's really striking, actually, to see it in action.
Yeah. And it's also very striking to see how we practice it.
Yeah.